Hi, everyone. Hold on. Looks like I'm a little crooked. There we go. Hello, Katie. All right. Hello. I don't think we've had you here before. It looks new. Looks new. I'm just trying to fix my... I feel like I'm crooked. I can't get it straight on here. I'm kind of tired. Hopefully this goes okay. I don't know how many will get done. Oh, happy birthday, Katie. Hello, Vanita. Yeah. Hold on. It's because my dog was barking outside. Apologize. Yeah, you, me, the spice of life. Yeah, I mean that I haven't seen you on YouTube or whatever is what I mean. Like on the live is what I mean. I always notice when we like have new people because we have kind of the same people over and over, but I notice we have new people come in. Hi, Facebook user. Which one are you? Hello. I don't know who you guys are. It just says Facebook user. Darn it. Oh, it's all good. I just like notice when new people come in. I understand. We've all got things going on in life, you know? Is what I mean. Like on the live. I just like notice. I'm trying to see who's commenting me because I don't know. And now let me. Going on in life, you know? How do I get rid of the sound on this? Like on the live. I just like. Sorry about that. Oh, hi, Annette. Sylviana is the one. Okay. I have to look on my Facebook because I have no idea who is, you know, who's saying hi on Facebook because it just says Facebook user. It doesn't give me a name, which is kind of dumb. Yeah, it's good to have you here, the Spice of Life. Welcome to the live. I just now all of a sudden started getting tired. Not really, Vanita. Not really. I always get home late for my mom's because she lives an hour away, and I always stay longer than I should. And I usually don't get to bed till like 3 or 4, and so I did. And then I did a class today. We did our second class, and so that kind of takes it out of me more than it should. And now I'm here because I already planned it. So yeah, I'm not as rested as I would like, but oh well. And then this case with Kylie is driving me absolutely insane. It's hard because, you know, I feel so strongly about an area, and I keep being told it's been searched by hundreds of people, and it's just frustrating me really bad. So, you know, cases get to me sometimes, and I get very frustrated with them. Crime is not an easy thing to work. Well, I mean, I've tried to rest, but you know, when you get yourself so drained, it's hard to catch up, really. So I was starting to catch up till I did that last night. I got home late, went to bed late. So yeah, I was giving a class. Yeah, we have class on Mondays for the next couple weeks. So yeah, that's why I wasn't answering anything. I might try to do a meditation video. It's just hard because it's so. I never know when like a dog's gonna bark outside or something. It's like not quiet, so I don't know. I've been wanting to do that for a while, but I don't know how I would do it because of that reason. So I'm just letting people kind of get here. If you guys haven't been watching if you're not watching the live readings, we are splitting them up for people that get readings. You know, we ask the permission and everything, and then we split them up and put them on, so that everybody can sort of see the kind of readings that I give. So that's the kind of readings we're going to be doing tonight, unless you want, you know, intuitive. I do intuitive guidance too, but it seems everybody wants mediumship, which is fine. Yeah, they really give me anxiety because I get frustrated. I only get so much, and then that's it, you know. It's, I never feel like I get enough, and oh yeah, we have to find out if Girly Girl and Allie will let us do theirs. I'm pretty sure they will. So yeah, there's 2 on hold. But we've been putting up the live reading thanks to Shazam. She splits them all up from the lives and posts them. So if you guys haven't seen them, they're on my channel. Everybody's all excited about me doing readings like this, but you know, I haven't gotten as many people watching as I thought we would. There's many people were excited about it. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. You're very sweet. Hey, Sharon. Well, Vanita, I'm starting to really second guess on this case because, again, I feel so strongly about this area. We get it within miles. So it's very possible that, you know, she could be within miles of where I'm saying, but the 5 was so strong. I don't know. I think of Donner, like that's the only other place I would think she would be, but I just don't know how she would have got in there. So that's my logical is thinking. I don't know. But it's funny because I mentioned AWP and they're going to be going out working on it. So maybe that's why I kept getting that. Well, I did. It does get posted on Facebook. This gets posted on Facebook, YouTube. So it does get posted because all the people in the group said, yeah, do it. Because I said I'm going to do it where I bring people on. And we're going to do readings. And so I started doing that. Hi, Genty. Hi, my Facebook peeps. I think it's Yvette. See, I have to turn you on my phone to see who's talking to me. I do have Instagram. I just don't do a lot on it. I don't. I think it's harder to work than Facebook. All my following's on Facebook mostly. I have like 200 people on Instagram, so it's hard because you have to post videos and stuff, and not just things, not like just like saying stuff. So it's just, you know, I'll have a lot of videos and pictures I want to post on Instagram. Kind of like TikTok. I have a TikTok. Follow me on TikTok if you haven't already, and it sucks. I haven't posted videos there in a while, so it's hard because we have to split up these readings and then we have to take bits and pieces and put on TikTok, which they aren't getting much anyways. So I have to figure out something different for TikTok. I don't know what, because of what I do. It's like, it's not like I dance or sing or anything like that anymore. I have some ideas. I just haven't put any time into it. Only one person. Yes, you should look up Joanne Sacred angel numbers. There's always a message in numbers from our guides. So, Joanne sacred angel numbers. She has the best descriptions of everything. And she has all the numbers and what they mean. Hi, Kimberly. See, I only know it's you because I have to pull you guys up on Facebook. Hi, love is the, let's see, Shadow Flowers. Hold on. Shadow Flowers? First timer. Welcome. Welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I don't know who people are on Facebook. I hate that it says Facebook user. That's kind of annoying. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right, of course it's playtime right now. Everybody was quiet for 2 seconds. They always get quiet till I come on here, but I think the dog's barking outside, so. Hi, Irene. Hey, I thought you were going to bed. Yeah, apparently. I know. I love them, but they always make noise when you don't want them to. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here tonight. I think they have sometimes. I think Cheyenne is she's my spiritual seer out of all the dogs, I think. I mean, they're all as sensitive, but she's the one that will like sit up and bark at nothing, like all of a sudden, or make a noise at nothing, growl at nothing. So she's the one that I watch. The other ones just think, oh, mom's doing something. It's time to play. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. They were all good, but they just ate and I just let them out. And I usually put the good ones out here with me. They're usually good. But it seems tonight I don't know what's going on outside. I have dogs that watch outside for me because of my goats that you guys have seen. So they're LGDs. So when they're barking, they're warning of something. And sometimes when they bark in here. So I do try to keep them quiet, but you know how that goes for those of you that have dogs. But yeah, I think sometimes they do get a little sensitive and do act a little crazy because of the energy, I think, because they'll just be laying there and then all of a sudden. But yeah, dogs work on the physical plane more. Like I think they can see them and sense them, but cats are the ones that protect us. So they work on the astral plane. The cats do. So cats are good to have for the astral protection. So Irene took class and I thought she was going to bed, but she's watching on Facebook. I'm also on YouTube too, Irene. So, anyways, what we're going to do tonight, if anybody's interested, is I'm going to be doing readings for donations. It's a $25 minimum donation. And yeah, we're just going to, if anybody has a loved one they want to channel or questions they want to ask as far as, guidance about their life, we will bring you on. This is going through StreamYard, so I'll be posting a comment. And in the comment section, actually, I think I have to go and pin this. So here's the link. You will go. I think you can just follow the link. I've heard you had to make a StreamYard account and then follow the link. So I'm going to go and real quick and pin this comment. I have to go into my YouTube to do it. I haven't figured out how otherwise. We will be doing something for the members soon. I promise. I promise. I hate that I'm just like one person and I can't do it. Like everything. Because I also do Pateron. So I've got to do another thing for Pateron. And so I'm thinking about what I want to do next for you guys at our Patreons. I think we have another there. If you haven't joined Patreon, there's some readings up there. Black Delilah, Marilyn Monroe, and the second Ted Bundy reading. So I'll be doing more on there, and I'll be doing something with the members just to kind of get to know them. And then I gotta figure, maybe I'll pull some cards or something fun for them because I don't. And then I'll do a case for them, but I kind of want to spread it out so I'm not like draining myself everywhere because this work is like super, super draining. And I'm actually don't even have all my energy back to even be doing readings right now, but it's one of those things. Got a choice. So in the meantime, if you guys want to start the energy going, I'm down to answer any spiritual questions you may have. I do have super chat, super stickers. If you guys are interested, I now have a super thanks, I guess, on my channel that I didn't have before because I didn't know about it. And yeah, all the ways to support me are down below. I have a book. The book is scrolling across the screen. You can find it on Amazon. I think it's like $11 or $9 if you do the Kindle version. Everybody likes it that has read it. I've gotten a lot of good comments on that. We wrote it to help people, so hopefully it will help people. And my podcast is completely free. You can find that on Spotify or any place you usually listen to podcasts. It's the Psychic Sleuth podcast. If you haven't joined the group already on Facebook, join that group because we talk about stuff in there sometimes. So yeah. Oh, Vanita, you know what? It's my passion, but sometimes I feel like today, I was like, if I am totally wrong with Kylie, I shouldn't be doing true crime. Like I get really hard on myself sometimes, because I feel so strongly about something, but then it's like I just keep being told, we searched there and blah blah blah. And like, okay, I don't know. I'm not getting anywhere else. The only other place I think is the lake, but I can't figure out how she would have gone in. It's like, I don't know. I'm hoping more comes in about it, but I just, at this point, I get very frustrated with cases sometimes because we can only get what we give. We can only give what we get, right? And sometimes Spirit will not give us a lot of information. Sometimes Spirit only give us what they want to give us. And so that gets very frustrating. Stop it. Come here. Because then you start to question, how good you are at what you do. And if you should be doing this. Hold on. Dang it. Apparently she thinks it's playtime right now. I apologize. So yeah. I don't know. That's what I'm here. That's what we're doing tonight for. So if anybody wants a reading, they would go make a donation at the things on the screen, and then we would come on here and we'd do the reading. Kind of like what I've been posting on my YouTube. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And then again, if anybody wants to ask spiritual questions about anything, I'm open to answer that as well, or we can just chit chat, whatever. But I was coming on to do live readings. And I wish I could do them for free, but unfortunately it's my livelihood, so it's not an option for me right now. Maybe one day I'll be able to do more free stuff. Or if you want to do a personal reading, you can reach me. The ways to reach me are down below. You can reach me on Facebook, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, thepsychicsleuth at Gmail. Everything is running across the bottom. So yeah. And I've actually talked about this before. I've done some TikToks on this, but I actually realized, okay, so I was always like super intuitive. And I used to go through my life sometimes feeling like I was being watched. I don't know if I had any real experiences when I was a kid. Just that kind of like feel like I'm being watched and certain thoughts like that. But I was always like really intuitive. I wasn't really opened up spiritually. I was raised, Christian. I was raised with the church. But my grandma was very open. She, like, we found out later, even though back then you weren't supposed to be into this kind of stuff, like she had cards for my gosh, she's driving me crazy right now. She had cards for clairvoyance, like that she would go and talk to, I guess. And so she was very open, and apparently it runs in my family. My mom can see spirit. My grandma, I'm thinking, was very intuitive. My aunt is a healer. She used to do really good energy healing. Amazing energy healer with her hands. My son has that gift as well. It kind of runs in my lineage from what I understand on the maternal side. So I didn't know any of this though until I got into my gifts and I started understanding more. And then we found some stuff from my grandma's side and all of that. So it does run in my family, but just because things run in your family, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean it unless you're ready to open it, unless you're ready to start this journey. So I first had my awakening when I lost my husband. Well, he's my twin flame, and that's what the book is about. So hold on 1 second. Damn it. Stop right now, please. Thank you. So sorry about that. Again, she just thinks it's playtime and it's not. So yeah, basically, that's when I started. After he passed away, I wanted to connect to him. I wanted to help others the way that a medium helped me. I had a medium come that was, about a week after he passed and told me a lot of things she couldn't have known. And I was like, man, that would be really cool if I could do something like that. I had already, like I said, had experiences and been intuitive, but I really wasn't open to it till I had my own loss like that. And it was weird because I think I was too young when my grandma passed away to want to know about the other side and stuff, because I was in my 20s and I was doing different things. So I think a lot of it came, when I got older. So I was about 29, I think 29 when all that happened. And it was a huge journey. If you ever read my book, you'll understand why it was such a huge journey. So yeah, and then I started my grief group. I started meeting people along the way that were like mentors to me. I started reading cards and using things like that. The more tools and stuff that you learn, you kind of, it kind of opens you up more, right? So like if you're learning things like on the TV, you're watching shows, you're reading books, you're really wanting to get into this, it can open you up more. And so that's kind of how you start. And then tarot cards, oracle cards are always a good way to open up, using tools and things like that. I started auto writing, my husband. And then so after I started doing that, I started meditating a lot, and I started a grief group. And I was channeling in my grief group without realizing I was channeling. Like I would try to help them, and it was like the words would just flow, and it wasn't from me. So I realized that I was kind of channeling spirit, because I was like, well, it's just so weird that I'm just able to say these things to people and I don't know where it comes from, right? So that's claircognizance, where you just know what to say and you don't really know where it comes from. So that's where it kind of started. And then so the first like experience I had where I knew I was going to be doing this work was, and I really wanted to. You have to really want it. And you have to like really devote yourself to it. And it takes a lot of work. You know, it takes a lot. You have to meditate a lot. You have to, clear your energy centers. Like, and you have to like learn about different things, about blueprints and soul contracts and all that kind of stuff. Like, you have to learn about all that stuff, because you have to realize how this works, right? You have to know what the different ways that we connect to spirit. And so I just took all of that knowledge, because I was reading lots and lots of books, and I still have books that I haven't read, because there came a point where I couldn't focus on the books anymore. And again, I would meditate like all the time, and I would do journeys. I call them shamanic journeys, but it's the same thing as like a guided meditation. And I would do a lot of that. So I started, like I said, I was helping people in the grief group. And then one day I just started getting information for someone. And I said, do you mind if I like try to do this reading on you? Because, you always want to ask that permission. And I wasn't like, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I just trusted it and I went with it. And I felt that spirit was going to give me the words that I needed. So, and this was 10 years ago that I started this grief group. And I just told her, I said, I remember, there's only one thing I remember. Well, I told her a lot of information that she could validate, that I didn't know really what I was getting. But, back then it's not how as we go along, we grow, we grow and we expand. So my readings have changed a lot and are a lot better and more detailed now. But back then, I don't really remember what else I got, except for the one time I asked her, I said, I don't know why I'm getting mashed potatoes. Like, why I'm getting mashed potatoes. Like, I keep getting that. And she says, oh, well, I'm standing right here cooking mashed potatoes. So it was the way that her son was telling her that he was there with her and he was seeing what she was doing. And that was the first time I was like, oh my gosh, like that was the one thing about that reading that I will never forget, because it was just so mind blowing to me at that time. And, so it kind of went from there. I started giving a lot of free readings. I started doing a lot of development, and I kind of caught on to how I received information. Each psychic medium will have their own interpretation of things, like their own symbols and stuff. So I have my own symbols for certain things that I use, that spirit will use over and over with me. Each spirit knows how to work with the individual psychic medium with their strengths. So I get a lot of clairvoyance. That's like, when I'm in an area, I can kind of see it like I'm there, like remote view it. I can remote view it like I'm there. And I see things like I'm there. That's why maps aren't really helpful to me, but that's just how I work. Not everybody works that way. So spirit usually works with that. And well, they work mostly with all my gifts, but they do really try to work with your strengths. And so you kind of just learn as you go. The more readings that you give, the more things that you do, you will grow, and you will learn how that you work with spirit. So thank you, Irene, for that donation. If you want a reading, just, follow the link. I think you're in YouTube. I think you're in Facebook, not on YouTube. So anyways, so no, that's kind of a rant, but that's kind of how it happened for me. And I just kept with it. I really liked what I did. I used to be way more involved, like doing everything all the time. I don't do it like meditation all the time like I used to. I mostly do it when I go to sleep now. Like I used to do a lot of spiritual practices that I don't do now. I would do, moon ceremonies and things like that. Like it just depends on what you're drawn to and what you feel like you want to do. So ESP. So ESP is like, I take that as mind reading, and hold on, let me see what this message says. So ESP I think is like mind reading, which I think if you're gifted, sometimes you can do that. Like sometimes you read someone's mind, you're like, man, I just read that person's mind. Like I was thinking what she was thinking. Like that's kind of an ESP thing. So intuitive is a little different. Intuitive's like sometimes it's a gut feeling, sometimes you just are like know things. Like sometimes you need to take right instead of left, and you end up missing like an accident or something. Like my husband, every time he would leave, I would be like, dude, you're gonna get in trouble, this is gonna happen, and he would come back and be like, dude, how did you know that? And he would tell his friends would think he was weird, but he would tell them, no, my wife said don't do this, so I'm not gonna do it because she already told me like the outcome kind of thing. But that was when he came. I wasn't that intuitive until he came into my life, and like that was the starting point, I guess, of everything. So but it's just like just kind of knowing things and having like a gut feeling and just like having that intuition, like I say to go right instead of left or whatever. So empath is, when you're feeling other people's emotions, and empath is closely related to a clairsentient. Only clairsentient is like kind of empath on steroids sometimes is the best way. But usually if you're an empath, you're usually clairsentient, because they're so similar that there's not much difference. And mostly if you're a dreamer, so imagination is a big part of having gifts. Like if you have a wild imagination, you probably have some form of gifts. If you're a vivid dreamer and you like dream crazy dreams in color, you're probably clairvoyant, or have some kind of clairvoyance with it. So, and if you're interested in a spiritual path in any way, that's usually for a reason. Healers come in many different forms. They can be energy healers. I'm an energy healer. I can do energy healing work. I can do it from, I like to use color, but I've done it with people from afar that have been in the hospital that have come off of life support after I've been done. My son, I've watched him bring an animal back to life. Like the energy healing is a real thing. And it's sorry, my dog is putting the cat's head in his mouth. Jeez. So yeah, if you're interested in any sort of way, you probably have some kind of spiritual calling, and you just have to figure out what your gifts and strengths are. And yeah, and if you are an empath, you most likely are a clairsentient. Like I say, empath is kind of like clairsentient on steroids. It's about feeling energy in your body. So you can walk into a room and you can feel that there is like tension. That's part of being clairsentient. If you walk into like a haunted place and you can feel the energies of spirits, you're probably clairsentient. It's about feeling the energy with your body is what clairsentient is, and feeling others' emotions and things like that. If you're pretty an emotional person, you're probably clairsentient, empath, something of that sort. But usually I think that most empaths are clairsentient. So yeah, that's basically, you probably are both, but we all have some form of gifts. We all have some, we're all capable of developing more. And usually if you're drawn to something, it's for a reason. So if you're drawn to any kind of spiritual work, it's for a reason. That's just You probably have some form of spiritual path. And usually people that like to help people have some kind of spiritual path. Vivid dreamer myself, many visitation dreams. I'm very, yeah. And, loved ones can come in our dreams. Sometimes people say, I haven't dreamed of my loved one. Sometimes they have and they just don't remember, or they don't, it doesn't mean that they're not being visited. Like, I don't get very many visits from my loved ones, once every couple of years, honestly. So sometimes they are not real visitations and sometimes they are. It depends. If something's really strong and you remember every detail and it's like you were really with that person, that's a visitation. And then sometimes we just dream about people because we think about them. So that's just kind of the difference. But, everybody connects differently. Sometimes people connect more in their dreams, get more things in their dreams. And sometimes they don't. Yeah, and sometimes they're premonitions and sometimes they're more fear-based. It just depends. Like, I'm starting to learn the difference of when I get psychic information in my dreams and when they're just regular dreams. But what's weird about sometimes when I dream is I will actually do readings in my dreams. And this happens every so often. I will be with a group of people and I will be giving readings in my dreams. Almost like I'm on like an alternate universe or something, giving readings at that time. It's really weird. Hey. Last night I had a dream. I was giving readings to my son's dad's family, who I don't even talk to anymore, but I was giving them these readings. It was the weirdest thing. And the information was coming through was just like I was giving a regular reading. So I was giving readings in my sleep. And that's really hard to explain because it's like I'm giving readings to you guys, but it's while I'm sleeping. It's the same feeling. It's crazy. I get information the same way, everything. Like, it'll come to me and then I'll say it to the person. It's so weird. I don't know if anybody else ever that does these kind of things, like that is a psychic medium, ever has those kind of dreams. Like, I'm the only one I know that does. So, and I've had that happen many times. It's super weird. Right. And sometimes people's energy is so strong that it messes up, electronics or whatever. Like, my mom's really bad about that. She always messes up her phones with her energy. She always says, "Oh, my phone broke." Like, she goes through phones like crazy. And I don't think it's the phone. I just think it's her energy. So we're all kind of, gifted differently in different ways. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we'll never know all the answers to everything in life until we get to the other side. But I think sometimes we always feel things for a reason. And some of us come with this, we're just connected. We're connected to the other side. All of us are connected to the other side. And many of us just forget that we're connected to the other side. And if people have their crown chakra closed, they're skeptical. They're going to be skeptical because they just can't wrap their mind around it. So we all come from, we all come from the other side. We all come from with some kind of knowing that that's where we come from, and some kind of connection to that. And some people can just tap in deeper to it than others. Is the best way that I can explain it. Hi, Tammy. So nobody's up for readings tonight, huh? Or if, not tonight, like I said, if you want it done privately, I do private readings. And I think everybody should at least have one reading in their life because I think that they really make a difference. in people's healing and growth. And that's why I think that we possess these abilities. Some of us is, well, everybody's capable, but I think that's why some of us have these abilities, so that we can help people to understand the reasoning here and that life does go on. That's why I think people come back from, near-death experiences. Okay, so shadow flowers. Basically, I put the link. It's pinned to the top. You would make a donation. You would make a donation, 25 or up, to one of those. You would click the link, and you would just come on with me, and we would either see who's around you, which is not my strongest thing. And when I do that, I tend to bring in a whole bunch of people, and it gets a little confusing. Or we can focus on a specific loved one that you want to connect with. I can do it both ways now, apparently. It's just the way that I call people. When I call people to me, it's more focused on that person. You're going to get a good reading on that one person. The other way, I don't know who's going to come through, how confusing it's going to be. So it just depends. We've had like one with like 5 people come in, and it gets a little confusing. So it's up to you if you want to do reading. That's kind of how it works. The link is what do you call it? At the top. Hey, Napa Valley girl. Thank you for subbing. So you don't have to be on camera. You can just do your voice. You don't have to be on camera at all. There's a way to turn off your camera, and you can just use your voice. Sometimes we have people use the camera. Sometimes we have them just use their voice. You do not have to be on camera. I understand that too. So, I mean, how do you know? So, how do you know if you have a gift? First of all, you're going to feel very drawn to the spiritual realm. That's how I think that it starts. And then you're just going to, everybody has the potential. So that's why I just finished going over a lot of this in my class. But, we have the clairs, which is, sometimes if we're really visual, we have very strong dreams. We're clairvoyant. If we can hear things out inside of our head, we're clairaudient. I mean, there's more to it than that, but these are just little examples. If you have a gut feeling, you're clairsentient. If you and you can have more than one. Gut feeling energy, like feeling the energy of rooms and things like that. Feeling the energy of spirit, feeling their passings. That's clairsentient. Claircognizance is stuff you just know. You don't know how you know it. You just know it. It's that internal, that's the gut feeling. You just kind of know it. And you just know, like, people come to you for advice, and you just know what to tell them. And so those are the clairs, and you would just kind of know, And a spiritual awakening usually happens at a time in your life when things get jacked up. A big loss or something like that. That is, that's usually what spiritual awakening usually happens after that. But whenever you start to get spiritually in tune, that's your spiritual awakening. Yeah, I don't meditate as much as I used to. When you first start, you need to meditate a lot because you have to learn how to calm your mind down in order to do anything. You have to learn how spirit connects with you and all of that. So meditating is very, very important when you're first opening it up and you're first starting to do anything with this stuff. I usually meditate when I go to bed. I used to do it a lot during the day, but I don't have the time anymore. So I just do it mostly like when I'm laying down to go to sleep. They do have sleep meditations, but meditating is very, very important. And they have all different kinds that you can do. No, that's not necessarily true. It's just not everybody's going to remember their dreams. Like I said, we're all gifted differently. No two mediums are alike, no two psychics are alike, no two intuitives are alike, nothing. It doesn't, we're not the same, so it's hard not to compare us to other people, but you can't compare us to other people. That's just because we're all different, right? We all come here with a different path, and we all come here with different. We're just different, right? We're just different, and we're unique, and we're not going to be gifted the same way. How I'm gifted is not how you're gifted. How you're gifted is not how the next person is gifted. Some people work with all their clairs. Some people work with a few. Some people work with just one. Like, you never know. You're going to be gifted how you're gifted, plain and simple. So I see Girly Girl is on. What are you wanting, Girly Girl? Are you wanting the reading? Did you shoot your donation? Or I know Irene did, but then she said she'd just get back to me at another time because she's too tired to come on. She did a class and she's tired. We're all tired. We did a class and we were done with class. We get off on tangents and it was a lot longer than it should have been, but yeah, you do. You just, sometimes you guys are saying that you don't have gifts. You just don't know what they are yet. You just haven't figured out what they are yet. Darn. So I see you're here, Girly Girl, but what are you needing? Are you doing a reading or what? Yeah, I understand, Irene. It's all good. I do lives every once in a while. Sometimes I try to get on earlier, but since we had class, I didn't get on earlier. I understand about being tired. Trust me. Your reading will never expire, so just get with me whenever. So, let's see. I need to see if this is right. Okay, so I think it goes all mediums are psychic, but not all psychic are mediums. So a medium can connect to deceased loved ones, deceased pets, the other side. A psychic, just plain psychic, cannot. They mostly get their information from guides or I always say this wrong, Akashic records. That's how we get the psychic information. So they'll get premonitions, they'll know things before they happen. They'll be able to give psychic readings to people. Sometimes, sometimes they'll just do cards, but not all psychics are mediums. So that's because I am both. You can be both. But sometimes you're not. Not all psychics are mediums, but apparently all mediums are psychic. I hope I'm saying that right. Sometimes I get it mixed around, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. So, I am a psychic medium. So I do get psychic information. As you guys know, I do world predictions and I do predictions and readings and I give guidance for psychic, I call it intuitive guidance, psychic readings. And I do connect to deceased loved ones and pets. So I do use both when I am working on cases, but it's mostly mediumship that I use, I think. Because I like to actually connect to the spirit and try to get the information. And then I think sometimes the guides help fill in certain things. But yeah, so I'm both. I don't know where Girly Girl went. She jumped off, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, if you guys want a reading, make sure you send your donation and then pop on. Well, right now we're doing a class. It's 4 weeks. It's like $20 a week, but I take the full amount to make sure, everybody's gonna show up to classes. And so that's how we do it. So not too bad for 4 classes. It's just the beginning developmental class. We have a lot of fun. The first class, they were practicing on certain things that I had in my hand and describing them what they were after we went over what all the clairs were. So, but yeah, Vanita, that's what I am. Oh, hi, Devious. It's nice to meet you. Yeah, I mean, we all do talk to we do talk to guides. Like if you're a psychic medium, you do talk to guides and you do get information from guides. If I'm doing a psychic reading on you, I call it intuitive guidance because I get guidance from your guides. So that's oh, thank you. Now I have to see who's saying that. Thank you, Jen. You're so sweet. Jen used to be a skeptic. She's not a skeptic anymore. Which I love. Yeah, I don't like to get in the political crap. I don't like to get really into the political crap. I like to stay out of it. And I don't like to get into really celebrities and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's really hard to trust. Like even me now, been doing this for almost 10 years in October. I still have a hard time trusting, especially in cases I have a hard time trusting because you have nothing to validate you. You're just giving what you get and you have to really trust what you get. Psychic readings are a little different because you're getting validated as you're going along. And so then you're on the right track. Craig! Hey, banished and forgotten. Get your husband in check there. Yeah, one night we had a live and we were finding things. It was really fun. We were finding things and then I did reading. I did readings. Okay, girly girl, if you want to do that, shoot your donation over. Yep, you were right. That's what I am. What made me really validate myself was April 2022. Now look at those numbers, all those twos. We were taking a family trip and I said, told myself in a car accident before it happened and it happened hours later. Yep. And see, so things happen and sometimes we get warned about them. It doesn't mean that we can change the outcome, but it's more to prepare us. That's why I always tell people, like, whenever we get psychic information, it's more or less to prepare ourselves. We can't really change it. If you guys have ever watched the movie Premonition, I will never watch that movie again just because it's too triggering for me. But if you ever watch that movie, she tries to change her husband, gets in an accident and passed away, and she gets to go and try to change it. Like she sees it ahead of time. You can't really tell what the difference is in the premonition. And so she tries to change it and she can't change it. No matter how hard she tries, she can't change the outcome. So, Vanita, I'm with you, girl. I can't either. I think those that are really gifted really can't. Yeah, so I mean, I'm glad you're okay, Devious, but it's more, and sometimes you can stay home, but sometimes you can't. But always remember yourself and always remember yourself. Always trust yourself. Oh, are you really asking the question, Gregory? talked about this. Okay, girly girl, I'll bring you on in just a second. I think we talked about this in your last reading that we did. Remember that we're always on a path for a specific reason. So you wouldn't be doing this work right now. You wouldn't have been given the different opportunities if it wasn't supposed to be that way. So opportunities cross our paths for a reason. It's so that we can take them. Now it's our choice to take them because we have that free will, just like every decision in our life. But you have these opportunities for your reason, for a reason. So yes, you are on the right path and you have been doing the right thing lately, because I know it's hard work, and I know sometimes it may be tedious, and like you just want a break and you feel like all you do is work. Tell me if I'm right on this. But I think it's going to pay off in the long run. I think you're really lucky to have the job that you do, considering this day and time and everything that's going on. And you're able to take care of your family with that, and it provides for you. And I think that whenever you have to move, it's for a reason. So it's, if we are stuck in a place, then we're meant to be there, right? But when there comes an opportunity where we're allowed to move, it's usually for the betterment of everything. Like when our energy no longer belongs in some place, that's when we will have to move. Just like if people leave our lives, okay, they're no longer supposed to be there. So our energy shifts and we kind of got to go with it. So where you're at now is no longer serving you. It's time to move. And remember, life is always about growth. It's not about stagnant energy. So you can't just be staying in one spot and expect for things to really improve and get better. We've always got to be moving and growing. And you're being put in a position where I feel that, yes, it's going to be hard on you. And yes, it's going to be hard on your family at first. But you got to remember that it's happening for a reason, and nothing in life that, let's see, how do I want to put this? Nothing in life that is worth anything comes easy. Okay. So your hard work is going to pay off. You're headed in the right direction. But just remember, like, wherever you're meant to be is how it will go easily. Like if you hit walls, if you're trying to find a house and you're trying to find a new life, a new place to live and all that, and you're hitting walls, then that's not the house for you. That's not where you're supposed to be. But if everything is flowing smoothly, then that's where you're supposed to be. Like me, dude, I closed in this house in like a month. It went so fast, and it was just meant to be. Because everything kind of just fell into place. And usually when things fall into place, they're usually meant to be. So yes, I mean, sometimes life will hand you some brick walls that you may hit along the way, but usually you should go right through those if you're on the right path. But I think doing the same thing every day, I think you're getting a little bored, and you feel like you're working hard and you're hoping that it's worth it, and you don't get a lot of time with your family. But just think of the future of it all, So I think you're on the right path. I think you're making the right decisions, and you've got a great family that's got your back. So, yeah. Well, and you'll see, though, when you find the right place, those walls won't be there. You know what I mean? Like, the walls are there because it's not the right spot. But that doesn't mean that you guys moving is a bad thing. It's just you haven't found the right place to move. For example, I had this lady that I did a reading for. I used to actually do a lot of readings for. And she kept saying, I can't move. I can't move anywhere. This place I want to move to, I'm hitting all these brick walls. All this is happening. And like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Everything keeps falling through on this place. And she talked to me and I said, look, you're not supposed to be there. That is not the house for you. I do not get good energy from that house. I said, look, your realtor is going to find someplace else for you. And I described it. I even gave her 2 numbers that ended up being in the address. she got in, she ended up finding the house through her realtor. Everything was as I said, including the address. And she ended up closing on that house in like a month. And I told her, you're going to be in there by, I think it was like April. I can't remember. It was like the next month. And she was moved in by then. So that's what I mean. You will hit walls until then. Okay, girly girl, I'll be with you in 1 second. I got to see I don't even know what Facebook user this is. I closed out of there. So hopefully that answers your question. It was kind of long-winded, but I got to see what you're saying in here. Where is it? Someone post. I'm looking for the link. Hold on 1 second. I have to see this real quick, and then I will bring you on, girly girl. Because I've been driving myself crazy. I think I know all this already. The ping for the data points was near the water. It's hard to tell exact pinpoint. Just because it was pinged there, that doesn't mean that's where the phone stopped pinging. There's lots of reasons why the notifications or data points could be lost. So they've been checking that lake. So they said she was last seen at the campground between 12:30 and 1. I think I know all this about the whole sweatshirt and everything. Yeah, it's not really saying anything, Bethany, which I need to get back to you on your question, but. And then they dug up a poor dog. Yeah, I saw that. It's not really anything else. Yeah. Devious, thank you so much for saying what you did earlier about loving what we do, or loving what I do. I appreciate that. Good to hear. It just feels like a lot. Trying to get everything going by September 1st is a challenge. Well, remember, try not to put a timeline on everything. I know how that feels because I was like, I'm going to be out November 14th. I left so much stuff behind. Like, I don't know. And it was such a stressful thing, like, to do that. Just try to give yourself time because September 1st is, like, right around the corner. And you might not get everything done by then, but you just have to kind of be a little patient with yourself. And remember, this is about divine timing, not just about your timing. So a lot of people, they get, I got to get it done by this, but it's not really up to you. So yeah, no, it pinged near the lake that she was at. It pinged near Prosser Lake. That's where they had the party at. I don't think she drove her car into that lake. At least that's not what I saw. I think if she did, everybody would have noticed. But then again, I'm not there. I don't know. I don't think she's in that particular lake. So I just saw your comment. Okay, girly girl, do you have a picture of your mom that you can send me? I can try to work off of her name, but I prefer pictures. It holds more energy. Yeah. Yeah, no, it pinged near the lake she was partying at, but that's where they've been checking for the whole time, and they haven't come up with anything because I guess the one part of the reservoir lake, whatever, is like 57 feet or something like that. But I think if she would have drove herself into that lake, like, that doesn't make sense to me. But I guess she could have been there, but I would think that somebody would have seen her drive herself into that lake, but I don't know, maybe not. I don't know exactly where they were partying at. Yeah. I'm going to bring her on. She disappeared again, so I don't know where she went. There she is. I'm going to just bring her on, and then I'll see if she can shoot me a picture.
Hello?
Hi.
Sorry about yes.
I was trying to answer Greg's question in the chat.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Do you have a picture of your mom you can send me?
No, unfortunately.
Okay. I could try to work off her name. I just, whenever I pull people to me, it's just easier to work off a picture. Oh, so Shazam wants to know if we can use your last reading, like to post like as a separate reading on YouTube. I'm losing you.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we just like to have permission, even though.
Yes.
Okay,
sorry about that. I'm in a dead.
That's okay.
I think I'm in a dead zone. I'm in a dead zone here.
That's okay.
With the phone.
Let me see. All right. So no picture. What is her name again?
Florence. Yeah.
Okay. Florence. I do have a Facebook page. It's the Psychic Sleuth podcast. And it's on Facebook. You can just go join there and just make sure you answer the questions.
I don't understand.
I was telling Devious, do you have a Facebook page? And I was telling her, yeah.
Yes, I do.
Devious was asking me if I had a Facebook page, so I was just telling her, yeah, I did, and how she could find me. That was all. Okay, I'm gonna try to bring in your mom now. No, you're okay.
Oh, I thought you were, telling me.
Yeah.
To go to my Facebook. I was like, what?
No, you're okay. My EMF is going a little wild. This thing never does anything, so.
Now what?
No, my EMF, I'm watching it because it tells me if there's energy around me. I mean, I can usually feel it sometimes.
No, it's not that. It's...
Oh. Are you okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. You're entering a broadcast studio. It's loading. Let me see.
It says you're in. I can see you.
Okay, now I am. You know what? It's just that I put in earbuds. And I don't know. And I was having a hard time with it. Sorry, making the connection.
Oh,
okay,
no,
I'm
okay.
here.
Okay. That's okay. I was just trying to connect anyways. It's a little bit harder with a name, but we can do it, I think. I have to ask you, do you know if she had like shoulder issues? Specifically the left shoulder, because my shoulder just started hurting really badly.
I believe she did. She
Okay.
did.
Okay. Because every time I just start getting a random pain, I got to ask about it because it's not me if it just happened all of a sudden. So she's just making my left shoulder hurt really badly.
Huh.
And
I don't
that,
know.
they can bring in the ailments and symptoms, or if they have like, like it as an issue, if she ever heard it or anything, I would feel it. But yeah, so my shoulder's hurting really bad on the left.
Yeah, I believe she did.
Do you also know if she had, I keep hearing a cough.
Yes.
Okay.
She did. Yes.
And was it getting pretty bad, like towards the end, like, not to be gross, but like a lot of phlegm? Because that's how I kind of hear it.
That I don't know.
Okay. Like kind of like a wet cough. Like that's what I keep hearing.
Not that I'm aware of.
But the wet cough seems to like it changed. Like I don't know if she developed. I don't know. It's kind of like, when someone gets more in their illness or towards the end, and things start changing. It's kind of like that. I don't know.
Yes.
I just hear like more of like a wet cough, or
Okay.
like more frequent, is what I keep hearing in my head.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I don't know why I don't know why sometimes they give me like the weirdest stuff. Okay, I keep getting a year, but I'm not really sure what the year is for. I'm getting 1982. Now that's my birth year, so it's like 40 years ago. I don't know why she's giving me that.
Maybe this reading is for you.
No. 19 so basically it would be a birth, a passing, something significant that would have happened in that year. But she's giving me that
Nothing.
1982, and if it doesn't make sense, just hang on to it.
I will.
Because it's one of those things that is repeating until I say it. So
Okay.
it usually means that something significant, either a birth of some kind, it could be a birth of her, someone in her family, a passing of someone in their family where she got sick. Like it's a significant year.
Date. Yeah.
I don't really know why, but it was repetitive.
Okay.
So
I'll definitely research it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to bring her in a little bit stronger. Do you know why she would be getting, like, I'm getting like a heaviness in my chest, but it's also going up into my throat, kind of. So my throat is affected and my chest is affected.
Yes.
Okay. Trying to understand what she's saying. So she's saying the word illness, but I feel the way that she brings it across is she battled this illness for a little bit, but I feel like it didn't really start off this way. Like things kind of snowballed.
Right.
Is the word I want to say. Like it started with one thing and then another thing and then it kind of snowballed. But she talks about like she had like an illness for a while. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. She says I was a mess. So I think like her body she just had like a lot of different things wrong with her is what she's telling me.
I don't know, unless I'm not aware of it.
Well, the way that it's coming across is like the illness, like I said, it snowballed into other things. Like it started off as something small and then it snowballed, but the illness, it feels like it affected more than one thing. So like it affected her body in different ways. So
Yes.
that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to explain what she's telling, because it's like she's going on about like what happened with her body, you know. And
Correct. Right.
I think because in her younger years, she comes across as more of a go-getter, you know, more of a healthy person. So I think it was like a real bummer when she started getting sick and things started happening, you know.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. That's true.
So I think that's why she's like kind of focusing on what happened to her with her body. Getting super hot. Okay, so I'm getting the number 3, but I want to put it with children. You know, she had 3 kids or 3 grandkids, or 3. I keep
children?
getting like, yeah.
Yeah, 3. She had 3 children.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I want. I'm glad because I was getting 3, but I wanted to put it with the kids. Gotcha.
No, she had 3, but we only just found out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about an adoption, actually. That was kind of coming through with her thing. So like earlier, I was gonna ask you about that. So was one of them like not raised around you guys?
That's correct.
Okay,
Yep.
and so there was an adoption. Okay, so I was going to ask you about that. Okay, so that's why she's talking about 3 now, and if you just found out, that's why she would bring it up.
Right. Yeah, too bad she didn't tell us.
Well, I don't think it was a proud moment.
When she was alive.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, so I don't really think it was like a proud moment for her. I think the way that she comes across is like it was really hard. It was a really hard decision to make. She felt like she did it because she had to, and it was the best thing for the baby. And so I think reliving that was hard on her, you know? And also, I feel like towards like when she got more illness, it kind of messed with her brain a little bit, you know? Like emotionally, you know, emotionally and mentally, it was taxing on her. And I just don't think she wanted to talk about it. But she's validating now that you know and you're aware, and
oh yeah, yes,
she's happy about that.
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
Yeah. Because I feel like she was this type of person. She comes across as a little bit of a complicated person sometimes. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And I feel sometimes she was even hard to get close to.
Very. I totally agree.
So, you know, it was just kind of her personality. And I think that stems from, she talks about herself having a rough childhood. and her herself, like, I don't know if she ever really had a lot of love when she was growing up. That's how it comes across. Like, she didn't really know how to show how she felt.
Exactly.
Okay.
She didn't. She didn't.
I'm glad I'm understanding her right, because I'm getting a
You
lot
are
of,
completely right.
okay. Because I'm getting a lot of, like, I'm sorry. Like, I feel like she feels like she wasn't that great of a mother, as far as she didn't give you the emotional support, and, like, I feel like she was a mom, but not in all the sense of the word that a mom should be, is how she comes across. Like, she wishes she would have done better. And I feel like she wishes she would have been more of an emotional mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wish she was too. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Gosh, dang dogs. All quiet for a second. Um, so she's apologizing for that. Okay.
Okay.
She loves her kids. She loves her kids, and she has grandkids, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I get a reference to 5 that I want to put with grandkids for some reason.
Uh, she has 3.
Okay, now
that
she has
that I know of.
3.
Oh,
All right.
well, the third, uh, her third child that we really don't, that my brother and I really don't know, that we
Uh-huh.
just found out about.
Uh-huh.
Um, he has, I think, a daughter also, so that might be between his and
Yes, it would be
mine.
since he's a child, his grandkids would count too. So I'm getting
Yes,
5, and if you don't have 5 right now, I don't know if that's including grandkids, or another one might come in. Um, but is he younger? Or no, he'd be older, huh?
yes.
He'd be older.
He's a year older than
Okay.
I am.
Okay. Um, so I don't know if, like, there's gonna be a great grandkid, or I'm not really sure. I want to put the 5 now. 5. It could be May. It could be 5 years. It could be 5 months. It could be the 5th of a month. That's important. I wanted to put it with the grandkids.
Oh
So,
boy,
I don't
that's
know
scary.
if it makes sense for anything, like, a grandkid was born in May or the 5th or whatever.
Her from me, I have one daughter that was
Uh-huh.
born in May.
Okay. So remember, things can sometimes have multiple meanings, or we have to kind of figure out when it comes with the
Right.
numbers. That would be why I wanted to put it with grandkids. Then, she's validating your grandkid or her grandkid is May. So your
Yeah.
daughter, her grandkid is May.
Yes.
Do you know if she had any like mental issues, kind of like almost bipolar?
Um.
Even if it wasn't, did she seem that way, and maybe it wasn't diagnosed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Because that's kind of what she's saying, is she had bipolar, and that contributed to a lot of things.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Mental illness. I don't
yeah,
know if it was bipolar, but it
yeah,
explains a lot.
yeah, yeah. She's saying bipolar,
Okay.
so I just think she just didn't want to. It was another thing, like, she knew she needed help with that kind of stuff, but she didn't want to go.
Exactly.
Um, for whatever reason, be it fear or something like that. And she says, I knew I should have done that for my kids, but I think she was afraid. She didn't want to be put on all these medications and stuff either.
Right.
But
Maybe at that time, you know,
yeah,
people didn't like to admit,
right.
you know.
Uh-huh.
that they had a problem.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's just that that day and time. That's correct.
Yeah.
So I just get a lot of like she's so proud of you because she says that you grew into this like opposite than her. Meaning that
Yeah.
you showed your daughter love, like everything that she didn't show you, you showed your daughter.
Yes.
So it was almost like you chose not to be like her, and she's proud
Thank
of you for
God.
that.
Yes.
She's proud of you for not learning from her mistakes. I just hear like you've made a good life for yourself. And she's proud of you for that. She says she knows that you've had your struggles and everything,
Yeah.
and you've had to get over a lot of what she put you through.
Yeah.
And she's very proud of you for overcoming. She says you're very strong.
Yes. I am.
Yeah. So yeah, it was weird. I was getting brother. I was going to ask you if the new one was a brother, but you said you had a regular brother.
I have a regular. Yeah.
Regular brother. I don't know what to say. Like the brother that you already had.
I've got
Not
a
the new
regular
one.
brother.
Is the new one also a brother?
Yeah, I found out I have another brother from another.
Okay.
I have a
Okay,
brother
so
from another mother.
it is a male. Okay. That's
Yes.
what I was wondering. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, we found out, my brother and I, through DNA.
Okay. Yeah, that's a
You
great
know.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that
Um,
23 and me, and boy, were we shocked.
yeah,
Had
I
no
bet.
idea. Had no idea.
Yeah, I just think with that, her mental health was just like she shows me just her struggling, her struggling through life and through trying to be a mom with her mental health. And then later on it was like then she had all this other illness, and she just says I couldn't be the mom I really wanted to be. Like I feel like
Oh,
she really wanted to be different, but it's just everything wouldn't let her, you know.
right.
Um
I don't know why, she was the way she was, but I don't know very much about her, you know. She didn't say much.
right.
So it could
Well,
be from childhood for her.
yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, and she did. That was the thing is I feel like I said that she had a lot of
Yeah.
issues in her own childhood that made her this way, and like she brings it across like she wasn't really taught to love. And she didn't really know how to do that and how to be like she tried to be a good person, but it's just hard, when you got mental health issues
Yes.
and
Yeah.
everything, like it's super hard. And that was part of her lessons in coming here, and it's something that she had to deal with, and also something that you had to deal with. You guys chose to do that together for whatever lessons that you learned from it. And it seems like you learned a lot of lessons, and she sees that. Like she sees that in a way she did teach you. She taught you how to not be like her.
Right.
And
Yeah, exactly.
right, so she's proud of you for that. But she says I'm okay. She's like I'm okay now. So now she sees and understands everything that she did wrong, and she sees she sees everything for what it is now. Because when we go over there, we have our life review. We get to see and experience how we make others feel and all of that. And so she sees and understands now.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why she's apologizing. And
Better late than not at all.
right. And like I said, on the other side, they see things that we don't see from a human perspective.
Right. Okay.
because we're humans and there's a lot of things that, clouds are judgment, clouds are mind. And she was really struggling with mental illness. Like that
Yes,
comes really strong around her.
I believe that.
And
Yes.
so, and the fact that she didn't want to be medicated or anything like that didn't help. So
No.
she was just a very like hard person when she was alive, but she's not coming through that way. She's coming through as very loving towards you and her kids and her grandkids. Like, even though she didn't show you guys that here,
Yeah.
she did love you, and she does love you.
Okay.
And that's her biggest message, is that she loves you guys and she's very, very sorry. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
This thing went all the way to red when I said that.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's just a validation, but she's so sorry for everything that, she put you through. She's like, I know words don't mean a lot, but that's all I can offer. And I just hear, I love my children.
Wow.
And when we lose our physical being and we go to the other side again, we see all our mistakes and we change, we evolve. So just because she didn't say that and act that way when she was here, it's different on the other side.
Right. Right.
We lose all that like humanity, and then she doesn't have mental illness anymore or anything like that.
Oh, wow.
She's all healed from all of her ailments and everything.
Oh, right. Right. I know you leave it all behind.
You do, yes. There's
when
no
you're
negativity. Correct.
She doesn't say anything else about the illness. Not the mental illness, but
the other one,
yeah.
the one that caused all the issues.
No. Well, I don't think it.
With the chest and then the throat.
Yeah,
And,
that one.
she's not really giving me what it is. It's more like I just feel the symptoms of it. Do you also know, because this depression keeps coming up around here? I mean, I know I know she was bipolar, but do you also know if she had like depression really bad at one point?
No.
Okay,
I don't know what her. I don't know what her issue was. I just know she had issues.
Yeah, I don't know if it seems like it came up around mostly like I think she hid the depression really well sometimes, but I just keep picking up this depression around her.
Okay.
Which would go in with bipolar. It kind of runs together sometimes. EMS going all the way to red. I really am just getting like this, like I said, this pressure on my chest and into my throat, and I get a cough and a lot of fluid. So that's the stuff. That's what keeps coming up.
Okay.
Around her illness, and I'm kind of getting something. I don't know if it's cancer or similar to cancer, but it's the spreading of something that comes in.
Cancer.
Right. So, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
She had tongue cancer.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I was getting. Because I was getting like the spread of, something through the body, which is usually my thing for cancer.
Yeah, when you said throat,
Yeah,
I
because
was
it's like
I
throat
was
and
just
chest is like the main area, or lungs and throat is like mainly what I'm getting.
yeah, I just was wondering if you were going to say you felt something with the tongue, with your tongue, because that's what she had, tongue cancer.
Oh no, it's more like right here. It feels just swollen. I've never I don't have a feeling for I don't have a feeling for I've never had that in any of my readings, so maybe I just don't recognize it. I usually have a feeling for each thing, like each illness I've dealt with, like my own symbolism for it. And they'll just tell me areas that are affected. So I feel like her throat was really affected. I don't know if her tongue swole and it like spread down to her throat, but that's how it comes across.
Yeah,
And then I get a lot of like kind of fluid in the lungs and stuff.
yeah,
And
that
did she have
I'm not
like fluid in the lungs?
I'm not aware of that. No.
Okay. I think it was coming towards more the end. But do you
Okay.
know if she had like little nodules as well, like in the back and down?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. Because I keep getting like little nodules, or little like I don't know if they're tumors, nodules, something like that. Um, they come across as white, so I don't know. Uh, yeah, we were getting into that, and the EMF went to red. So yeah, that was really painful, for her to go through that. And it was kind of a painful illness, and I feel like it started with other things. That's what I'm saying. Like it comes across as it possibly started, like maybe with a sore throat, or her mouth hurt, or she had other issues, like she was really tired. Because I think fatigue was a big thing. Um, yeah, she just keeps saying, I just need him to know I love him, because like she knows she fell short in a lot of ways. And like she just didn't know how to be close to people. And again, I feel like it stems from her childhood. Oh, I lost her. Um, shoot, I'm not getting much more anyways. Oh, I don't know where she went. Well, I lost her. That's the first time I've ever had this thing go up to red, though. It's okay. It's outside. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Dog was barking at the truck outside.
Hello?
Hello. I lost you. Sorry about that.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Because I couldn't hear you at all. I don't know
I
what you
know.
were
I saw
saying.
you drop. I saw you drop off, but you're back now.
Oh, okay.
Um, Do you know anything coming up next month, the month of September?
Do I?
Yeah, it would be a birthday,
No.
passing, anniversary, something significant for you, her, anyone connected.
No,
Oh, I better
not that
pass.
I'm
Okay,
aware of.
hang on to it because I keep getting next month as something. I don't know
Oh,
what. Um, so
September.
I'm not
No.
I'm not getting much else. It's just mostly she just keeps repeating like I love my children and like I'm so sorry. Like that's like her main message to you. Like I feel like she didn't I don't know, was there a did she I don't know if she told you or someone else something about being um something before her passing that was significant.
It was, I don't know. I was the only one basically that was there.
Right. This would have
But I
been
can't
I don't
think of
know.
anything.
Okay. Or maybe she wanted to tell you but she couldn't speak.
Could
Because I
be.
don't think she could speak. You know what I mean? So I think she
Yes.
wanted to tell you all of this and she couldn't speak because that's what she's saying. Is she's saying, I wanted to tell her all of this, but I couldn't I couldn't talk. And I think maybe she was even too
Oh,
weak to write it. So, but I hope, girly girl, that this was helpful for you.
yeah. She doesn't, I hope there's no more surprises.
Well, she's letting you know she knows about the one surprise. But I mean,
Telling you.
if people, yeah, that was gonna happen anyways, but it wasn't, she didn't feel like, I think there was a lot of stuff like she wanted to tell you. I think maybe she wanted to tell you about this other one, but not only was it hard for her to talk about her illness, I feel like she was really sick. She's really sick and she was in a lot of pain. That's the way it comes across.
Right. But I mean, it
And
was relatively short term when she
yeah.
found out she had,
Hmm.
and then she just
I think she had
went
it longer than
for
what she
not,
knew. I think she had it longer than what she
that
knew.
could be.
I think it was
Yeah, I
coming in
think it
other
was.
ways. She was really tired and like just little different things where as the body was kind of trying to fight it off. You know what I mean? Like I think she had it a little bit longer than what she knew about.
Right. Could it seem like relatively a short time? They started giving her not chemo but radiation, and
Mm-hmm.
after like maybe 3 times, she said no more. She couldn't take the radiation. That
Yeah.
was worse than the cancer, it seems.
Yeah. So did you help take care of her?
Um, well, she lived alone, and then she had aides come to her
Yeah.
house, and I had to help there, and then
Okay.
and from there she went to a hospital, and then a home. So no, she did not live with me.
No, I wasn't saying did she live with you. I said did you help take care of her? Which if you were helping the aide take care of her, then you were helping her. She was just showing
Yeah,
me like
yeah.
just little things that you used to do for her when that was happening, and so she wants to say thank you for that because she said you didn't
Oh,
have to, but you did, and so she's appreciative of that.
right, great. It's good to know.
Yeah, like she's just I don't know, she's super proud of you. She just keeps like talking about how much of a good person you are, and you know, um, how much you've overcome. And she said in spite of it all, like you still did things for her, you still took care of her, like you were still there when she needed you.
Right.
So and she's appreciative of that.
Right, exactly. Oh, okay.
So I
That's
hope that
great.
was helpful. She actually made this thing go to red like multiple times, so it was good validation because that this thing usually doesn't work. But yeah, she made it go off on, and when I was saying those specific things like that, she was making it go off. So that's
Okay.
just her. That's just validation, you know, that that's how she feels. So I hope that was helpful.
You did a reading for me not long ago.
I'm. I
Had um, alcohol
I only heard alcohol. What'd
problems,
you say
and the
before
one
that?
thing.
I'm losing you, so I couldn't
Oh,
hear
I'm
most of
sorry.
that. That's okay.
Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna strangle this phone here. Sorry. No, really. I swear, I don't know why I'm having so much problem with my phone right now, but uh, sorry, I wanted to say something. I don't need. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, no, I can hear you.
Okay. I don't even know what's going on. It's taking a picture of my bed for some reason. I don't.
Oh, and now I lost her again. Okay. How you can get a reading is hold on. Are you still there? Girly girl? I think I lost her.
On the last
Oh, there you
reading.
are. I lost you. Are you back? You dropped off for a second. Hello?
The phone, for some reason,
Uh-huh. She's probably messing with your
when I
device.
when yeah, probably she's probably telling me, all right, it's time to hang up. You know, she's probably saying, "Stop talking already." You're talking too much. But
Nah.
because last time you did a reading for me, it was so spot on. I couldn't believe it because the guy that goes from alcohol poisoning or liver or whatever, the one thing you had told me was, do I know anything about me and how come I don't wear it? And I'm still looking for it.
I heard like bits and pieces of that about how I told you something that you don't wear and you should wear it.
You put a necklace.
Okay, the necklace that he gave you. Right. Darn it, her phone is just man. You there?
So I'm just saying you're really spot on with everything you say.
Oh, well, thank you,
Really
girly girl.
appreciate that.
I'm glad that your readings are accurate and that I hope they're helping.
Very, very accurate. Um, can I ask you one more thing?
Sure.
The girl, I'm not gonna get into it, but the girl that's missing,
Uh-huh.
and I listened to your show, I guess it was last night, where you
Uh-huh.
were describing that she went off a cliff and she's under trees and there's so many that you probably can't see the car.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, I forget her name, the girl.
Yeah. Kylie.
Yeah, Kylie.
Uh-huh.
and you said that she is in the car and that
Uh-huh.
she went down like a cliff or something.
Yeah, the
The
embankment. It's
reason
like,
they can't find her,
yeah.
that they can't find her is because she's hidden because there's so many trees down there where the car went that
Mm-hmm.
you can't see it. You can't see the car. Like if you were in
Right.
the air looking, you
Mm-hmm.
still feel that way.
It's the only thing I get. Like what I keep seeing the same thing over and over, and that's with this car. I see the deer in the headlights. The headlights move. She kind of swerves. See her go down an embankment, and I see a bunch of trees, and it's like I hit the front of the tree, and then I'm like wedged in between these trees. That's what I keep getting, but it's like right beyond the trees are water. So I mean, she could have went in water. That's what I originally thought, but the vision I'm getting is like she's like right there by water. It may
Yeah,
be
but
symbolic, but I keep seeing
hidden
her in a tree, in the trees.
in the trees where if you were
Mm-hmm.
overhead, you wouldn't see her or you
Right.
wouldn't see the car. No, because there was another channel, I forget which one, tonight, and
Uh
they
huh.
had as a guest a detective. So
Uh
at
huh.
least I put that out on the channel so that hopefully the detective, you know,
Well, hopefully they don't usually listen. I guess they've had like a bunch of searchers there, but it's so vast. I looked at it, like I saw it from video chat. There's so many trees there. Like
but
it just depends. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The only other place I think she could be is maybe Donner Lake, but then I'm like, I don't know how she would go in there because she wouldn't have to pass it on her way home and the way to get it, to go in the lake. Um, I
exactly, yeah,
I really don't feel she's. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not perfect, but I really don't feel she's at Prosser. Like I think if she would have drove her car into that lake, that somebody would have seen that.
exactly. No,
Um,
I told
Unless
them
she was
she,
like at the other end, but then why would she be at the other end? Like I think there's only one way and one out, one way in and one way out. You know what I mean? So
yes. No, because I wanted to just let you know that I tried to
yeah.
forward the message to their guest
Uh huh.
on the channel that is handling the case.
I appreciate that.
And I
I mean,
said 3 to 5 miles from her house, down somewhat of a cliff and covered by covered by trees so that it's very difficult to see the car from
mhm.
above. I wanted to just let you know that I did pass that along, and hopefully the detective
Yeah,
did
I don't
listen.
know. They they have had I had somebody out there and she says, well, there's been hundreds of people combing that area, but it's 5 miles of complete woods. Depending on where she went in at, there might not be any evidence. When I watch AWP, sometimes you can't even tell where they went into the lake. Um, I mean, I don't know.
They
I,
searched the water and they already said no, that they
yeah.
haven't found anything in the water. So, of course, they'll have the team that's coming in this
Mm-hmm.
week,
Mm-hmm.
Adventures with
With
Purpose,
purpose. Mm-hmm.
and they're
Which is,
great.
I mentioned them. I meant it's weird. I mentioned them, and then now they're coming out. I kept
They're
getting them in the first reading, and there's a pond out there. I would really like checked by her house, but
I
you know,
don't know what they're going to check because whatever is out there, they checked and they see absolutely no cars, no nothing. But let me tell you, Adventures with Purpose, there, if it's there, trust me, they will find it.
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
I've seen
but
that. They
I
go in
will.
after police all the time and find stuff. Yeah. I mean, I don't think she's a imposter. I could be wrong, but she kept telling me she wanted to go home and she was on her way home. So unless she got turned around or somehow, I don't know. I just get really drawn to that road on her way home. And
Yeah, well, because I trust so much what you pick up, you
yeah,
know, more than anybody else. So I
oh,
wanted to make sure since I was, well, you've been so accurate with me,
hmm,
and what you said made the most sense out of anybody else. So I try to, I put a message on there for the detective, and I put just my thoughts, to see if maybe, 3 to 5 miles from her house, under a bunch of trees where the car is not visible. Exactly as you said last night,
yeah. Well, I just keep trying to remind myself that, you know, Natalie Jones was in the woods covered in a pink car, and they searched those woods multiple times and did not find her, and so I keep trying
Yeah.
to tell myself it's possible that she's still there and we're missing something because I feel like we're missing something and I don't really know what that is yet. And I'm like, do I need to do another reading? Because I don't really know what else I can get at this time, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, compared to everybody else, I went with you because
Well, I hope
you're
I'm right. Nothing like pressure, girly girl.
that's well, that's what I'm waiting to find. I can't wait to find out when they do
Yeah.
find her, and hopefully they have to, but I can't wait because I was going to call you and tell you, guess what? You were spot
Yeah.
on. You were
I hope
spot
so. I
on.
can only hope. My biggest fear is that I lead anybody the wrong way or be wrong with things. Shazam will tell you firsthand. I'm like so hard on myself, and I'm constantly second guessing. And I know I shouldn't, but I'm only human. And
Well, you've been great with me both times that I've spoken
yeah.
to you, so I really appreciate you so much.
Well, I thank you so much for that. And you know what? Like I was trying to explain earlier, like personal readings are a lot easier because I get the validation and I can keep going with the validation. But in cases, you don't get
Exactly.
the validation in cases. You're just kind of going on whatever you're given and hope that you're understanding right. Because we can misinterpret, we can misunderstand. No psychic is
Right.
100% right. It's just not
Right.
possible because we're not a magical being. So, hopefully I'm understanding right. I might not be understanding right.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping you are. I believe you are. And if I hear the second I hear it, I'll be letting you know. Guess what?
Well, thank you because I got her. I believe I got her accident in Chrissy because I got Chrissy in her car, and kept getting a medical thing. But then right after that, it switched to an accident that was off an embankment, and so and then like the day before Kylie went missing, I kept getting an accident, and then when I saw her missing, I was like, this is where it has to go, you know. And it usually does
Right.
work like that. Like my interconnects, I'll get it before someone goes missing, and it'll fit like the next case I work. So I hope it's right. It matches her astrology chart. Her astrology chart states an accident. In her astrology
Wow.
chart, her moon goes through Donner Lake. That's why I'm like, well, maybe she's in Donner Lake, but how'd she get in there? Is what I keep questioning. That was it's my second spot, but I don't know how she would have got in there. So my logical mind is like, and it's not doesn't really match what I saw. But the other part of where I'm talking about is really close to her moon sign. So, it's another area that it's matching.
Right.
But then
Well,
when
I'm
you
hoping.
keep getting all of this, they're telling me, oh, we've had hundreds of people search that area and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm just like, ah. So then I get frustrated because I don't feel anywhere else.
No, I told them, I
So,
said, what you need is boots on the ground and search.
yeah.
You know, I wasn't, I was telling them, hey, not up in the air, boots on the ground under all those trees that are hiding the car, just like you said. So hopefully, like, that they
Well,
took
she was
it into
showing me when
consideration.
I was talking to the searchers, and she also was showing me cones, like orange cones. And then she was showing me a stop sign and a curve. And so there's orange cones out there. There's
Oh,
actually,
right.
like, right at the beginning of the 5 miles, it's under construction, and I guess there's a stop sign and a curve. So I thought that, why am I describing that if it's not significant in some way? There's also orange cones further down, just like random orange cones. So I don't know if that's what she was trying to say, or, I mean, I don't know. But those were just some extra things that I've gotten recently, and other than that, I just see the same thing over and over, and it's kind of driving me crazy.
Right, right. I mean, everybody is saying that, oh, she was, taken
Abducted,
or
yeah.
murdered. And I don't even want to listen to those channels. I mean, people tend to overthink.
Yeah, it's possible, but anything is
Yeah,
possible. But
I'll go with you. I'll go with
yeah,
yours.
the fact that her car is missing with her, and the fact that, again, it came up in her chart. I think it's
Yeah.
right. There was
Well,
another one that I accidentally ran across because I was looking for, like, screenshots of what the boyfriend was saying. I wanted to show Shazam, and I ran across this reading, and she said she was, like, in a web of trees too. Hers was done after mine, so, and I don't know anything about this lady. She just kind of posted it on Facebook, and she was saying she was, like, stuck in a web of trees as well. A web of trees or web of water, whatever. She's like,
yeah.
so that kind of matched what I was getting. So
but she was found alive, right?
no, I'm talking
The
about
lady?
this. There was another lady that did a reading on her, and she's saying the same thing I am.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I accidentally ran across it because I was looking for something else, and I ran across it,
Oh,
and it
okay.
says that she's in a web of trees, like, kind of like I did, same thing. So I don't know
Oh,
anything
okay.
about that lady or how accurate she is or whatever, but she's getting the same thing. And there's a lot of other intuitives that say the same thing, but then we have some card readers and stuff that are saying abduction. And so I started second guessing, and I was like, nope, not going to listen to it. Not right.
Nope,
This, stay
exactly.
this way.
Once
Don't start shifting
once
your
I
brain.
once I heard what you said, I didn't listen to anything else because it made the most sense to me. So, you
Yeah.
know,
Well, I
I
appreciate your
just,
support, and I appreciate you
of
getting readings from me, and I
course,
hope that they've been
I
helpful.
appreciate you. And
Thank
I
you for
will talk to you very soon, I'm sure.
Well, thank you for your support, girly girl. It means a lot.
Okay, take care.
All right. Bye-bye. Give me 1 second. I keep smelling bleach, and I don't know if something got knocked over. Just 1 second. Calm down. What happened over here? Why do I keep smelling that? Oh, weird. Okay. I have no idea. How weird. And I keep smelling bleach. I don't see it anywhere. I'm gonna get some tea, and I believe, thank you, Danielle, for becoming a member. I think he's not in the mines, Benita. He's not. I don't get mines with him at all. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I get really sandy. Where did you go? Shadow Flowers. Click the link at the top for your reading. Oh, put the pad right there. So odd. Okay, where did you go? Shadow flower. Hey Jazzy, thanks for being new. I don't know if you're still here, but yeah, that's how you get a reading. So Shadow Flower's waiting on you. Click the link at the top. I will do another link right here in case it's easier to get to. Oh, you're on. Okay. Hey, hold on 1 second. I know you're old, but you can still jump on the bed. She keeps making me pick her up and put her up there. She's 16, but she can still get up there. She's not that bad yet. Okay. Just need a little bit of a break. 1 second. Okay. Hello? Jen, can you hear me? Jen? Hello? Hello? Where is she at? Jen? I don't hear you. No, I lost her. Daniel Petty, I just saw your comment about old mining ponds. I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen those. I don't know how deep those are. I know there's a big pond by... How deep are those mining ponds? Because I was wondering about that, but I don't know if there would probably be evidence that she went in there. I know there's a big pond by her house. Okay. Man. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you. Yes. Okay. We're all good now.
Super.
All right. So what are we doing? Are we connecting to someone specific or?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm going to be difficult. I'm sorry.
Yep, that's okay. It's just not I just started doing it this way. Like seeing who's around someone and connecting it to them. And sometimes I get a little more than I bargained for because I'll get a bunch of people come in, and then it's like we have to figure out who's coming, what's coming from who. Although I try to stick with one energy, sometimes they'll get interrupted. So I'm just going to say kind of how I work because I realized I didn't do that at all in this video, which I usually do, just so that you kind of get it as stuff's coming in. You'll kind of know how to validate. The last time I tried to do this, I ended up with like 5 or 6 people coming forward. So just prepare yourself. At this point, anything is possible. So information that comes in can be past, present, or future. It can be symbolic or have multiple meanings. Spirit will sometimes use my references and or experiences or ways that I relate to things to try to explain what they're trying to say. So as I get information, just tell me yes and how it makes sense. And that'll help me to continue on with the energy and because it'll validate and I'll know I've got the right energy and all that. If it doesn't make sense, just please hang on to it because I usually get everything for a reason. And you might not realize it now, or it might be something in the future, or it might fit someone you're not thinking about at that time. So keep in mind, they do mention people that are still here and are things that are still going on, as well as, people with them on the other side if I don't end up pulling them forward. Sorry. My dog is deciding she wants to scratch in her bed right now and make it all fluffy and neat.
Not a problem.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so I keep picking up this, it's like a brother energy. I don't know if he's an actual brother or just like a brother, or if he's even your brother. But I keep hearing brother. Does that make sense?
Kind of, maybe.
Okay. It can be, like I said, they come in with the connections of how they feel with people. So if it's not a bio brother, it can be a friend that was like a brother or someone, you treated like a brother. Do you have a lot of like younger people over there? Like I'm not getting like, normally I get like the grandparents stepping forward and stuff like that. This I'm getting more younger, your age people that are over there.
No, I mean, I have known several people who have passed, but weren't really closer.
You don't have to be close. You don't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to be close for them to be around. If they knew you, they knew you. And usually, when we know someone, I mean, because I keep getting these males coming forward, and they're more on the younger side. Like I said, anything can happen when we do that, when we go this way, because it's not as focused. But I'm trying to figure out who that energy is that feels like a brother. But then I also keep getting a reference to there's an accident, like a car accident, and then I also get a reference to like an OD.
Nothing.
And this doesn't feel family connected. This feels more like acquaintances or
not
people that you may have known.
It's fuzzy. I mean, yes, there are males I've known that have been in car accidents, but it wasn't a brotherly relationship.
These are, I think, separate energies.
Separate? Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, when I go like this, I don't know. They just kind of all come in at one time and we just kind of figure out where they go. Like, there is a brother energy that is standing there that like I said, it might be a friend that felt more like a brother. Does that make sense? You do have somebody that's over there like that, right? It can't even be a family connection, but they're more like a brother, like a cousin that's more like a brother. Like, it's the connection that they bring forward. Like, they felt brotherly.
Okay. No, I understand what you're saying, but I can't think of anybody currently.
That's all right. Unless they're a brother to someone else in your family. Because sometimes I get that if they are a brother and they have siblings, they'll say brother, but not necessarily to you.
Right.
So I don't know. It seems like you've got some younger people that maybe passed when you were younger, like when you were in school with them or something like that. Like, that's how it's coming across. Because I keep getting a car accident and I keep getting, this other person that's got like an accidental OD. So if you knew anybody like that, just say it, and that way I can just cross them off the list. Okay. Unless they're in the chat.
No, the car accident and being in school, yeah.
Anybody in the chat have an OD? When I open up like this, I don't know. So, okay. Okay, I'm not getting much else other than the car accidents. I'm just going to try to leave that because I just keep seeing that specific thing.
Yeah, I do. There are several people that come to mind when it comes to car accident.
And that's just, unfortunately. Trying to weed out all these energies that are kind of there.
Just popping in for their chance to say something, huh?
Yes. Because, like, I'm trying to get away from the car accident, but it's just there, and I get like more than one person involved in this specific one. Like, I keep seeing 2 people in the car at least for one of the car accidents. But I'm just trying to leave it because it feels like everybody's trying to talk at once right now. And so, like I said, I'm trying to weed out and hopefully get to someone that you want to talk to.
I can give you names if that would help. You can
give me a name. Like I said, if you want to go direct, we can go direct. I can pull direct all day long, but when you just say, let's go whoever, then they just kind of all come up at once, and I don't know who's who sometimes. Like, last time we did that, we had a guy, it was more focused than this. Like, I was able to get 2 of his military, buddies and grandparents and his mom. Like, I was able to separate the energies, but right now I'm having a hard time separating the energies because it seems like you knew a lot of younger people that have crossed, unfortunately, and they're like all just standing there like, hey, this happened to me, tell her I'm here. Hey, this happened to me, tell her I'm here. And that's kind of how it's coming in. So yeah, if you want to speak to someone directly, let's do that.
Okay.
How about tell everybody else to step the hell aside?
That sounds good. How about Dawn? Don.
And if you have a picture, that would even make it more direct.
I might.
If you do, you can just send it to my email.
You know what? I actually was going through pictures, so I might have one right here. No. Just show it on here. Where's my camera? I don't know if that's good enough.
Maybe. I was gonna ask you. Sorry, it's taking a little bit longer. Okay, so this I was going to ask you too because I think he was trying to step forward earlier. I know you had a lot of like male energy over there, but he is. I just hear a man laughing. So I don't know if this guy liked to have a good time, if he joked around a lot, but he comes across as, laughing.
That is true.
Okay, so was he like kind of funny?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like he tried to make a joke out of everything. Like even when things were supposed to be serious, he would just make it into something that wasn't serious.
Yes.
Even at awkward moments.
Yes.
Okay. And he comes across fatherly towards you. So, again, that can just be the way that he looks at you, or
no, that would be my
your dad.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say that because I heard dad earlier when those other guys were coming forward, but then since you weren't connected with any of them, I was afraid to say it because I was like, "Is this someone else's dad?"
Right.
So yeah, okay, got him. All right, we got him.
Sweet.
Oh, he says, "Sorry, I'm late, honey."
Aw.
So, he was trying to get through everybody else.
Gotta get through all the boys.
Yeah. Did you kind of like have more you had more guy friends than girlfriends, right?
Yes.
Okay, because that's probably why. There's all the male energy on the other side for you. So he's taking me to a memory. I just keep seeing like a swimming pool and you having like floaties on, and I don't know if he like took you to the pool and there's a specific, like if he taught you to swim or there's a specific memory tied to that. But that's what he's showing me.
I can't think of anything.
Okay. It comes across the memory. Like I see there's a little girl with floaties on at a pool. So again, I don't know if this was just a party. I don't know. That's just what he shows me. Okay, were you and him I get kind of like a close relationship. I get this and it's like daddy's girl, like tight at some point.
Yeah.
I feel you guys are like really close. And
Yes.
I don't know if he ever did this with you, but you know how sometimes when dads dance with daughters and they let them step on their feet.
Yes.
He shows me that. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. That's a big one, and I'm getting chills with that. So I hope that hope that means a lot because he came in strong with that. He also keeps showing me, I don't know why he keeps showing me this wedding. I don't know if it has to do with someone got married after his passing or before his passing, or where there's a wedding that seems to be significant, or someone's gonna get married. I just keep seeing all the wedding stuff.
Nobody has gotten married since his passing, but I was recently going through my own wedding photos.
Okay. Was he there, or okay? So you were recently going through your own wedding photos. Okay, so that's just his way of letting you know that he was, because I was seeing like snippets of the wedding, so that would make sense. So he's just letting you know that he was there with you when you were going through the wedding photos.
Okay.
So did you guys, like when you were younger, ever have these moments where it was like, we're gonna eat a bunch of junk and watch movies? Like I keep getting like ice cream and cookies and just like, it's like a little kind of party that you guys had.
We did not. No.
You didn't?
No.
Why is he showing me that? He's like showing me ice cream and cookies and stuff, and I get a reference to like watching movies.
He was known to sneak his grandchildren ice cream, bars, cookies.
Okay. I'm glad you could validate that, because he was making me feel like I was going to look crazy. But did you guys have like a movie night, or did he have a movie night with his grandkids? It feels connected.
No, there were no movie nights. No. He would seclude himself in his room, and the kids would sneak in sometimes and watch TV with him, but it wasn't like a movie night. Like,
well,
hey,
yeah, well, see, it's how we relate to the information. So I'm just being shown movies on TV.
Okay.
So I took it as a movie night because of the ice cream and cake. It all came in together. So basically, he's showing me things that he did with his grandkids.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I feel like I'm bad at this.
No, it's okay. You're good. It's just like I said, they will show me things, and I have to try to figure out why they're showing them to me. And sometimes, like, it's all on how I perceive it. So if the things come in together like that, it seems like they would be doing that together. But it's actually, he's bringing it in together, but they're doing it separate, but it has to do with his grandkids. You understand?
Right.
So, okay. He's just a little kind of all over the place. He'll get there. Okay, so he kind of comes across as, I don't know how to put this, being kind of like different, like two people. Like he had this really, like he was happy-go-lucky, like we said, kind of joking and stuff. But then he was also kind of this quiet recluse, almost would go through bouts of maybe almost like depression. I don't know if it was depression, but you know what I mean? Like he is two different people.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was also a Gemini, so.
That makes sense. That very much for Geminis, yes. Yeah, he does. It's funny because it feels like he has a lot of love for you. Like like he beams with pride for you for some reason. I mean, also, you know, he's your dad, obviously, but there's just, you guys had this really special bond and really special connection. And he sees like with the things that you've done in your life and the things that you're doing in your life. And he's like, that's my girl. Like, I don't know if he ever told you that, but he's like, that's my girl. So did he stay with you for a period of time?
We have lived with him off and on, and we were in the process of moving back in with him.
Okay. Because I just saw you guys like being in the same house. And but it was almost like a back and forth kind of thing, was the way it was coming across. But he's kind of being funny right now. He's like, I couldn't get away from them if I tried. Like
He always offered.
yeah, exactly. Like he just had to be, you know, he had to be with you guys.
Yeah.
That's just he couldn't stand being like without you guys. I don't know. He just made his life like, you know, happier. I don't really know. Let's see. I'm getting kind of a headache, and he kind of is talking about the brain. Like I does that make sense? Because I'm getting there's a reference on my chest, but then there's also a reference on my brain, and I'm getting a headache as I'm talking about that. But
the headache and the chest make sense. Yes.
okay. But do you know why he would highlight the brain for me?
The brain, no.
Okay. Other than just the headache.
Yes.
It's weird because usually like when they highlight the brain, it means a couple things. It's usually like neurological or blood clot or stroke or something like that. Usually brain related. Sometimes it can even be like dementia or something. But
that's a no.
Right. I don't know why he's highlighting the brain, because he's adamant about highlighting the brain. Unless it's something we don't know about. But okay.
That is possible.
Sorry, sometimes they get me stuck on something, and it's like they'll keep doing it until we make sense of what it is. Do you know why he would be going where he would be going like this with like his hands? So I don't know.
I think there was some poor circulation, and then he
okay. That's what it feels like in this hand. Like my hand is falling asleep literally right now. I don't know why he's doing that to me. That's not cool. Because he's going like this, like trying to get circulation back in the hand. So that makes sense because his hand is literally falling asleep right now. And did he have like heart issues?
No.
Because, okay, well, there's something with me losing like this whole arm. Like now I've lost circulation in this arm.
No heart issues that we know of, but circulation was something that was like always kind of.
So I'm wondering if he had it in this arm specifically, because this is the heart arm. That's why I asked. I freaking know. He could give me the feeling back in my arm now, though. I've never had that. I've never had that happen before, like where my arm literally fell asleep. That's not cool. I've never had that before. Okay. I'm wondering if there is some things that maybe he didn't even know about. Okay, I'm getting like games and puzzles. So I don't know if he did this when you were younger, if he did any of this stuff with his grandkids. And puzzles can be like any kind, like they could be the puzzles you put together. It can be like word search puzzles, like those kind of things. And I don't know if there's just a specific memory that he's bringing in with it, but getting the reference to I feel like I'm playing a game and like it gets kind of loud because like one of the kids won or something. I don't know. It comes across as being like a very fun night. I don't know if this is just something that he did with you guys or them.
Poker.
Poker.
If it's
Okay.
games, it might be poker.
Yeah, because but I feel like he gets loud.
Yes, he would get very loud.
Okay, it's weird because like whenever they do games for me, sometimes they will show me card games, and then sometimes they'll show me regular games. So, I mean,
no puzzles, no board games. It was cards.
Okay, so because I hear him get like super loud.
Oh yeah.
Kind of thing. All right. He's not that great at showing me things. I mean, he's showing them to me, but he's not like he's using. Like he could have showed me cards instead, which normally they do, but he showed me games. So. So he comes across this kind of goofy in different ways, but also I think he was pretty intelligent. He comes across super smart. And I think a time in his life, like, I'm trying to get what kind of work he did. He was good at whatever it was, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I want to say some sort of business. This is the way it comes in. But I think he really liked what he did, and he was good at it. And, he kind of made a career out of it, basically, for as long as he worked. Does that make sense?
Yes, he was a truck driver for a small local business.
Okay, there's the business. Okay, makes sense. But I feel like he was even smarter than that. And I don't know if it's just street smarts. It might just be street smarts. Like he knew like little things.
He did. Yes.
That he would pass on to you that are like street smart stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Did he ever give you pepper spray or something like that along the lines, or teach you how to defend yourself? I keep getting like I had a talk with her with pepper spray or something along that line.
He did not.
Where is the pepper spray coming in at?
But he has other daughters, so maybe it was with them.
Okay. I don't know. It's someone he had to talk about protecting them, defending themselves. So if you ever find out where that comes in, let me know, because it's going to kind of drive me crazy.
Okay.
Because it might have been someone that was put in like different circumstances that you weren't, that he was trying to teach. Because I keep getting reference to, like, giving my daughter, like, something to defend herself, like a pepper spray that she carries on her key ring, like that kind of thing comes in. Which is weird because I've never gotten that in a reading before, but okay. And so the month of July and the month of April come in. Months can be birthdays, passings, anniversaries, or anything significant connected to you, him, or anyone connected that's alive or passed. So it's kind of broad, but those 2 months.
April, yes.
Okay.
3 of his 4 children are April babies.
April. Okay. So that's a big one. Okay.
July, I can't think of anything offhand.
Okay. That's fine. I heard it like July, April. So I don't know. So, with this whole circulation thing, it's kind of bugging me because it's coming back around as to contributing to some of the stuff that he had that led up to his passing. Does that make sense?
Um,
I think the way he brings it across, it makes me feel like it contributed, but maybe you guys didn't know it contributed.
It may have been something that he dealt with,
Okay.
but I really doubt it contributed to what happened.
Okay. I don't know why he keeps bringing up the circulation thing, and not only circulation, but like blood related,
Yeah.
like something in the bloodstream. I don't know. Normally I can get people's passings, but he's just not. But he keeps bringing up like these struggles with some things. That other side of him that would, go into like a depressed kind of mood. I keep getting the struggles around that.
Yeah, okay, I think I know what that might be.
Okay.
He was very family oriented, and then 2 of his children moved halfway across the country.
Okay. That's why he keeps bringing up like the family and the kids and the stuff and like wanting to live with you and all that. And then he tells me like he like had struggles and it would bring on a little bit of depression. Yeah, so that makes sense. Because again, that keeps coming in about him being so family oriented, and he was a provider. He comes across as a provider, like he would provide everything for his kids, and if he had his last dollar and one of his kids wanted his last dollar, he would get his last. He would give him his last dollar.
That is very true.
It was like he never said no.
That is
it was sort of a problem. I never said no to anybody. He says that my kids were my everything, and that goes with kids, grandkids, everybody. But I do keep getting this chest of labored breathing coming in as well. So it's more lungs, I guess, because of the breathing. It's like I'm having a hard time breathing.
Yes, that makes sense. He had COPD and he passed from compressional asphyxiation.
Okay. So I'm wondering if that goes with the head as less oxygen to the brain.
Okay.
That might be why he was highlighting the brain for me. And I don't know if that's what causes the headaches. You know, because when you can't breathe right, you don't have a lot of oxygen.
Right.
And I feel it kind of did. I don't know if it made him lightheaded with it at all, you know, or dizzy, because I know when you don't have a lot of oxygen.
Well, when he passed, he was at work and he was truck driving. He was dumping a load at a farmer's field.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in his truck, and the load tipped, so his truck went over, and a fence post went through the window and bumped him in the head and then pinned him.
Oh, okay. That might have been the accident I was getting, but I thought it was a car.
It could have been, yes. There's lots of accidents in family history.
Okay, but that's why I'm wondering if there wasn't something that, because this arm keeps going numb. So I don't know if it happened when he was driving or there's something, you know, that led up to that accident happen, because it feels like it's something medically involved with the accident happening.
Okay.
That's why that's coming in. Because my hand is still numb and my arm is still asleep for whatever reason. So I don't know if I feel like he used to lose feeling in his hand a lot, but I don't think he wanted to worry anybody, because it's only
he never said anything about it, but I would notice him doing that with his hands, and
he didn't want to worry anybody with that. But it feels like there was something that led up to this. And also, when it comes to, you know, any kind of head injury, that's going to include the brain. So that would be another reason why that's why he kept bringing up chest and brain. So that makes sense now. Because I was trying to get him to show me what happened, and he didn't want to show me. And I think maybe he kind of feels like it was stupid, kind of, the way that it all happened. And
the wind knocked his truck over, and he hit the only fence post that was there.
Right. So he wasn't wanting to show me what happened, because he's not. He's a very proud man, and when he looks back at this, it's just. So he may have been the accident, because I just kept hearing accident and hearing metal. That's what I kept hearing. That's what my accident was for. So it was probably him. We just weren't putting it together.
Okay.
And I think that I don't know. It's almost like he had some kind of something happen right before this. It's the way it comes across. So I don't really know what he means by that. I don't know if he had something really medical happen, and then that's why this happened. It kind of comes across that way in the way that he's saying it to me,
he did have, it was probably 6 months before, but he did have a lung biopsy that came back clear, and the doctors, I guess, called him an anomaly because they didn't know what it was. but they weren't doing any more testing. They weren't doing anything. So
I still think he had heart issues and that's what was wrong with the circulation. Because that's coming in really strong about the circulation in the heart, and it's my left arm that has to do with my heart. And I don't know if he didn't tell the doctors or the doctors didn't, you know what I mean? They didn't check it, but it feels like the heart and the circulation issue is like running together for me for some reason. Because he's keeping this arm asleep, which is my heart arm. So I can't get away from it. I think that he was starting to have some kind of something. I don't think he took that great care of himself. Like, I don't think he like ate really good, and he didn't. He hated going to the doctor. He doesn't. He talks about not taking care of himself, and he didn't like anybody doting over him or, worrying about him. And I feel like he kept a lot from you guys about what was going on with his body and what he felt, because he didn't want you guys to worry. And then he didn't want people to be like, okay, you need to go to the doctor, you need to do this, you need to do that, and maybe I can't work anymore. And I'm the provider, and I'm a very proud person. And so that's like all the thoughts he's running through my head. And
all of that makes sense.
Right.
Especially because my husband was diagnosed with a terminal illness a year before he started to go to the doctor. So keeping it to himself, not wanting us to worry, makes sense.
Yeah, and like my neck and my throat is hurting right here now too, for some reason, which would make sense with an accident anyways. But he just, I felt like there was some things that he was feeling, and he just didn't want to say anything. He didn't want to go to the doctor. And
yes.
He didn't want to be laid off of work for anything either. Because I think that's past physicals, don't they?
Yes.
Or something like that. Yeah. Okay. But it feels like there was something that happened before that moment. I'm not really getting what it is. Did he have any of you, like, I don't know if it's your picture or his grandkid's picture. I see a picture that he had with him. I don't know if it was in his truck or in his wallet. I feel like there's one like right where he could see in his truck.
That I don't know. I don't know. He might have.
Because it's okay. He liked to take his family with him, and it makes me feel like there's a picture. I think it's of you. It's of a child. And I keep seeing it, like maybe it's like one of your kid pictures or something, but I keep seeing it like, where he could see it, like where his gauges and stuff were. I keep seeing that. So, I mean, I don't know if why he showed me that, but he's showing me he had pictures with him. So again, I don't even know if he had any in a wallet that he carried, but
he did have pictures around his bed and stuff.
Okay.
And he did have pictures of me younger, and all the kids he had. Yeah.
Okay, so it was more like in his bedding area then?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But I still think there's one like that was on his dash or something. Because I keep seeing him looking at it. And at that moment that this happened, like that was one of the last things he looked at and the thoughts that kind of went through his head.
I hadn't been in his truck, so it's very possible.
Okay. So he wants you to know that like there was no pain in that. Like his soul left before his body felt it. So I don't know if maybe you had wondered. He just wants you to know that, it was quick and he didn't feel anything. He didn't suffer. He says, I think it's important that my family knows that, because I think a lot of times maybe you think it'll just pop in your mind, or maybe it did back then. I wonder what he went through. Or I wonder how he felt.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Yeah, I know. It's always hard when it comes to accidents. I know that feeling. So he just wants you to know that he was okay. It was like this, like a snap of a finger. He was here. The truck started to go, and then he was out of his body. And I think he was met. Do you know if he's got a mother figure on the other side? Mother figure means mom, grandma.
He does, yes.
Okay. I feel like he was met by a mother figure. Somebody who's really close to, comes across as being really. Is it grandmother or mother?
It could be both.
Okay.
His mother and also my mother.
Okay. That makes sense, because it's kind of picking up like just all this mother, like grandmother and mother energy around him. And they were, I feel, who met him. There's also a dog that's jumping around him. And I don't know if it's from you guys or it's from his when he was younger. There's a little dog jumping around at his feet. Jumping up and down. That's what he shows me. It looks brown. A smaller dog.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know that dog.
Okay. So that dog is around him. And he just wants you to know he has that dog. And, he says the biggest thing is I need my family to know that I love them. He's like, I know that this was very unexpected, and this is never what we wanted and what we had planned for. And I want my kids and my grandkids to know that I'm okay and that I love them. He keeps calling someone his baby girl. So I don't know, who's the baby?
I feel like these are all trick questions.
I don't know. I just hear him say baby girl, so that makes me think of unless he called one of you guys baby girl.
He would use it with multiple,
with all
his
of
daughters, his granddaughters, yeah.
Okay. So that's just a term that he used that he's just using to validate, I guess. I was thinking sometimes when they say that, I want to go to the baby of the family, and sometimes they say it. So
it was a common phrase.
It's how we interpret it. So I don't want to get personal or anything, but he says things have been kind of tough for you since his passing.
Yes.
And it's been like a huge struggle. Not just with his passing, but I feel like there's other things. Does that make sense? That's going on in your personal life. He just says it's going to be okay. He says, I know that's easy for me to say, but I need you to know that it's going to be okay. You're going to get through it. He says that you're very strong, and he says you're one of the strongest, actually. I feel like you've gone through a lot of different trials and tribulations, and you've always kind of come out. You haven't given up. So he says that you have his strength. And I feel like you might be most like him.
Yes.
In
makes sense.
That way. Okay. He talks about, I don't know if there was a conversation, it's like a week or two before his passing, that I think he either had with you or someone, and it was like a deeper conversation than normal. don't know if it was like along the lines of if I'm not here or something like that was said. It was almost like a preparation. Like his soul knew and he was like preparing whoever he was talking to.
It was not a conversation with me.
Okay. Or did he never had one of those conversations where he's like, one day when I'm not here anymore or anything like that? Because that keeps coming up.
In the past he had mentioned stuff. Well, he was actually working on getting his will put together.
Okay. That's what it is. That's what it is. And then the conversations that he has. So he, on a soul level, he knew. And he was trying to prepare you and prepare everybody else and prepare things.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what it is then. And is this mostly girls in the family?
Yes.
I pick a lot of female energy up.
Technically, all of his kids are girls. He did adopt my oldest brother. It's not biologically his, but he raised him. All he had was girls, though.
Right. Okay, so that's what I'm getting is the bio. Like, I just keep getting girls, daughters, like,
yeah,
all my girls.
Yeah.
All my girls, my girls. Yeah, he wants you to know it's going to be okay. Because I feel like he's like really concerned about you right now, just because of all the stuff that's going on. And this stuff, he's like, you're strong, you can do it. Maybe you feel like I don't know if you're middle or older, or your energy is like an older sister. But you come across as being very well put together, very much the oldest sister. Are you the oldest sister? If you're not, you like to act like the oldest sister.
No. I'm not the oldest sister. Actually, between him and my mom, I'm the baby.
Oh, okay.
But
wait, you're the baby? Remember I said who's the baby?
No. Between him and my mom, I'm the baby. Mm-hmm. But between him and somebody else, I'm the middle.
Right. Because what I was struggling with was I kept getting middle and older.
Yeah.
So I was getting your middle, but then you act. I feel like you act older.
More
like
put
you act like
together
the older sister. Yeah, you act like the older sister. And that's just because of your mentality. Like I feel like you. I don't know how to put this. Like you're really grown up, and you try to help everybody else in the family. You try to act like the older one. You try to put things in order. Like that's just your personality. So that's why I was struggling. Like, is she older or where the heck is she in this? Because I kept getting middle, but then it was like you were acting older. So now I know I was getting both.
Yeah.
No, but I think the baby girl was actually because of his turn, the baby girl. I was just giving you a hard time. Yeah, so he says kiss his grandkids for him. He misses them. They made him feel young. They made him feel young at heart. Do you know if there is a cross by where that accident was?
I don't know. There could be. I haven't been out there. Okay. But it is very possible.
Okay. Because I just keep seeing one with some flowers around it.
Yeah.
I memorial.
Yeah. His sister doesn't live too far from where it happened, and she said that she was always going to make sure something was there. So.
Okay. Because he's just validating the memorial. But is there? I feel like there's something. Do you know if his work did anything for him?
They helped cover part of the cost of the funeral.
Okay. And he's just talking about his work and taking care of something. So you talk to him?
Yes.
Because he says he hears you. So I feel like in those times when you need him the most, just keep talking to him because he's hearing you and he's trying to help you from the other side. I hear I love you too. So I don't know if you, it's like I hear you say I love you, Daddy, and then I hear him say I love you too. So that's just him. I don't know if you've said that recently, but that's him replying. And he says, I'm going to always be here. He says, I might not be there physically, but I'm always here. I'm never going to leave you. And he just keeps taking me back to the vision of you dancing on his feet, like standing on his feet dancing. He keeps taking me back to that vision as like, it's just one of the moments that, he really, really loved and enjoyed. I'm trying to see if he has anything else he wants to say. I keep getting flowers laid down, but I don't know if that. I don't know if that goes back to the memorial where someone laid flowers there or if it had something to do with his funeral. But I keep seeing like yellow flowers being laid down. I'm
not sure.
You know that song Butterfly Kisses? Have you ever heard that song?
Yes.
Okay, so that song he's relating that to you. And I think since you said he was at your wedding, it kind of makes sense. Especially since he brought that up, that he was there when you were going through the wedding pictures. So he just says, please just tell him I love him. I love him so much. So I hope that this is helpful to you once we figure out what he was trying to say.
Yeah, no, it was.
It
right.
was. Yeah. Sometimes it's like I said, it's all in how we interpret it. So once we figure out why they're saying what they're saying, it makes sense. But
right.
So hopefully it was helpful to you.
It was. I appreciate your time so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Yep, you too.
It's good to meet you.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Yep, so it's been 3 hours and that one made me really tired. I was trying to get a lot of information for her because I don't know. I just felt like I needed to and I don't. So if you ever see this, Benita, good night. Hi, Kristen. Thank you. I'm glad that you found me and welcome to my channel. All right. You think so, Marilyn? I was just like, oh, because some things I couldn't make sense of it. I'd be curious what didn't make sense that she can find out Like, I swear that pepper spray thing is gonna, I hope it makes sense somewhere. So yeah, hopefully. I just kept trying to get more information because I didn't feel like I was doing it justice. But I'm tired, so that's probably a lot of my problem. But I think that's going to be it for tonight. I will, if anybody's interested in a private reading, you know how to reach me. Just reach out through thepsychicsleuth@gmail.com, or on Facebook or on Instagram. And let's see what else. If you haven't joined the Psychic Sleuth group, please join the Psychic Sleuth group. All my new members, thank you so much. All my new supporters and subscribers, I thank you so much. It's nice to meet you all. And I don't know. I'm like this with doing another read on Kylie. So thank you guys. I think I'm gonna go. I'm tired, but it's been great. I will see you next time. Keep an eye out because I'll let you guys know when I'm going to be live. I'll see you soon.